Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by XFC Middleweight John Salter. John, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. John, you got a fight coming up at XFC 18 this Friday night. How's training been going for the fight?
It's been really good. I had a good training camp. A lot of people, I don't think, realize how much goes into the training camp. You have so many guys there all the time. But it's been great. They're showing up every day. It's been really good. Probably one of the best ones I've had.
Where are you training at, and who are some of the guys helping you get ready for the fight?
Right now, it's Nashville, MMA, and Nashville, Tennessee. And, I've had Chris Davis there every day, who's a 205er for Bellator. He's getting ready to fight this weekend as well for Bellator. Sean Hammonds, black belt jiu-jitsu. Josh Shotman, who's been in the UFC, incredible stand-up. Chris Bonheiser, who actually trains in Portland, Oregon with Team Quest. He took some time to come down and help me get ready for it. And then a lot of other guys that are in and out all the time. So, it's been really good.
You're going to be fighting Reggie Pena in the main event. How much do you know about him?
He's a tough wrestler, high school wrestler from Florida, so I know it's going to be tough as far as grappling goes. Seen in a couple of professional boxing matches. I think his stand-up's pretty solid, too. So, he looks like an all-around tough guy. I think I'm going to be a little bit better in all those areas.
This fight's going to be in Nashville. You've been living in Nashville for a little while now. Is it an advantage or disadvantage fighting in front of the hometown crowd?
I always think it's an advantage. You can feed off the energy of everybody being there, and you don't have to travel. So you can sleep in your bed the night before. Everything about it, I think, is an advantage.
How many people roughly are going to be there, supporting you? You personally, you invited them, stuff like that.
I don't know. Hopefully everybody will be there wanting to watch me, but I think I'll probably have 100 people there that are there just for me. So that'll be good. It'll be loud.
Is this a multiple fight agreement with XFC, or is this just a one-off?
No, we just did a one-fight agreement, which if it's I like the XFC so far, what I've seen from them. So I'm not opposed to other fights with them, but as of right now, it's just one fight.
John, this is a big opportunity for you. You're going to be the main event on HDNet. It's going to reach a big audience. A lot of people, maybe since your release from the UFC, haven't seen you fight. How excited are you to, show how you've improved?
I'm really excited about this. Obviously, fighting on something like HDNet, where a lot of people are going to see, is huge. And like you said, my past two fights are in Canada, so very few Americans, have seen much of that. Then before that, I was an undercard of Strike Force, so that wasn't televised. So it's gonna be great to fight in front of a large audience again, and I feel like I'm a lot better. I feel like I'm a completely different fighter than when I was in the UFC. So it's gonna be good. I'm hoping that a lot of people will be watching.
I know you can't get into detail, but people all the time talk about the UFC pay scale and stuff like that. What is the difference of pay of, say, you're main eventing the XFC show this Friday compared to what you'd be making on a UFC undercard? What's the difference?
The UFC's got a lot more money to throw around. So, they pay probably, about double or probably even triple what most other organizations can pay for their main event, So that goes a long way, in helping you, feel like you're actually a professional athlete. But, so UFC is definitely a lot more of everybody else.
With you being the main event, is it possible that you could make more sponsorship money, or are sponsors going to come to, you if you're just fighting on the undercard? Is it still not that big of a difference sponsorship-wise?
Actually, it probably would be more, except that sponsors are just going away right now. Everybody's struggling with sponsors. But I'll probably have more. It's just the amount of money is not, for every sponsor is not there, just because, when the economy hurts, that's one of the first things to go.
John, your UFC run, it was short, 3 fights, but you were thrown right to the wolves. I mean, look at the guys you fought: Gerald Harris, Jason McDonald, Dan Miller. I mean, a couple of those guys weren't your original opponent because, injuries and people withdrawing and stuff like that. But what were you able to take away from those fights? What did you learn from those losses and the overall experience?
That was a tough 3 fights to have, but I felt like it really gave us confidence because the Gerald Harris fight I took it on 6 days' notice. It was right in the middle of wrestling season when I was coaching, so I hadn't been training, and I went in really out of shape. But first round I felt great, felt like I was better, and and then the Jason McDonald fight, I hate the way that one ended with him breaking his leg on a takedown, but I landed every punch in that fight, and got the takedown. And then with Dan Miller, I felt like he was going my way. That was probably the biggest learning experience of my career with that fight, because he went for a takedown and we butted heads, and it cut me open over my eye. And it really freaked me out. I was panicking, afraid to stop the fight for it, and I completely abandoned, what was working. So that was a huge learning experience for me. Realize I just got to stay calm in all situations. So I think that was probably the biggest fight that I learned anything from. And then, I really felt like I gained a lot of confidence in those 3 fights.
Looking back on it now, you only had 4 pro fights before you made your UFC debut. Looking back on it now, do you feel like it was too much too soon? Do you kind of wish that you had, maybe a couple more fights before making the jump to the big show?
It was definitely early. I don't want to say that I regretted anything, but I wasn't ready. I thought I was at the time, but now looking back and where I was, stand up, ground the game, everything, I definitely wasn't ready for that caliber of competition.
After your release from the UFC, you fought once for Strikeforce. How come they didn't offer you a bigger deal? Or did they offer you and you can just get more money elsewhere? Because usually guys who win with Strikeforce on a Challengers card, they usually get promoted to the main card of a Challengers card or maybe the undercard of a bigger Strikeforce event. You won the fight. How come they never, brought you back?
I was supposed to fight Yancy Medeiros on the main card of that show, and when he got injured, they bumped me down to actually pushed me off the card, and I had to get back on the undercard. It was like 3 weeks out, so I didn't want to have done all that training for nothing. All that conditioning, I train all the time, it's like I say every day, but I've been putting a lot into conditioning, so I didn't want to lose all that. But putting that to the undercard cut my pay and everything, and after that, I wasn't offered anything, but I really wasn't interested in talking to him, because I, kind of felt like that was not the way things should go. It wasn't very professional.
Since you've left the UFC, 3 fights, 3 finishes, if you get a finish Friday night, do you think that you've done enough to get a call back to the UFC?
I think so. I don't expect it to be long, before I get another call from them. But I'm not one of the people that's trying to say that's the only place that I'm interested in fighting or anything like that. It's really, whatever's best for my career is where I'm going to go next.
So you would be open to going to, let's say, like a Bellator or something like that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm open to anything right now. So really, whatever looks best.
John, how does the fight end Friday night?
I'm always looking to finish. I'm ready to go the distance, but I'm planning on finishing as early as possible. So I don't want to say to stand up or on the ground because that's something that I'll just see how it feels when I get in there. But I definitely plan on finishing.
John, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you would like to thank, and is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
I want to thank God because He gave me the ability to do this. My wife with him helps me every day. My wife as well, she deals with me being beat up all the time. Eating late dinners because I didn't get done training in time. But and then everybody at National MMA has helped me a lot. It takes a lot to put into this, and also Clinch Gear, they're, sponsor for me. Really want to thank them, and I hope everybody enjoys it. I think it's going to be a good fight, and it should be a lot of fun to watch.
John, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it. Good luck this Friday night at XFC 18 against Reggie Pena.
Thank you.